Yo, 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 yo. What is up? 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 What is going on? I hope everybody's doing very, very well tonight. I hope everyone's doing good. So definitely some things to talk about tonight. Welcome to the Monday stream. If you guys don't know, we do run streams Mondays and Fridays. This is a new thing now. So Mondays we usually talk about obviously the game we just had, but we already kind of did that because we have like a mini type bye week this week. So Friday, we could talk a little Buccaneers today, and we'll talk more on Friday as well, more in depth on Friday. Obviously, watched all the games this past weekend, especially within the NFC East, and is looking very, very competitive. But like I said, it is only week 2. Week 2 is just about been done with. I know there's a couple Monday night games tonight, so do appreciate everybody joining the stream tonight. Say hi to everybody here. We got Jonas McGee. What's going on, man? Robert, what's up, dude? Definitely hit the like button if you guys haven't. Thank you, Robert. James, what's going on, dude? Rollins says, man, Joey, love these scheduled streams, man. Thanks for taking the time. You hear Chauncey Gardner might be out for the season. Oh, due to a torn pec. Unfortunate. I did not know that. No. The Lions play tonight? The Lions play tonight? I don't know if even the Lions did play tonight. I'm not sure. We got James Madalena. What's going on? Member for $5 of the camper tier, man. Welcome to camp. He says, hey, Joey, long time no see. Dude, it's been a long time, dude. It's been a long time. I'm glad you're back, man. Some people, there's actually been a few people that actually showed up back to the channel, as a subscriber wise, from a while ago, dude. Appreciate you coming back, dude. Checking out the stream, and hope everybody is excited about going into this week. I know we got to wait a little bit longer for an Eagles game this week, but a week from today, we'll be playing on Monday night, and we'll be ready to go. What's going on, Rob? James is watching the Browns versus Steelers. Derek says Chubb's knee is destroyed. He got hurt? Oh, man. That sucks, dude. He's so good, man. So good. Eric R says smash the like button. Thumb up. Thank you so much, man. James says Chubb out. That sucks, dude. That sucks. Off tomorrow. It's a good thing, dude. It's a good thing. Taking time off is a good thing, too. So, I really want to get into, like, what's going on with the Eagles this week, okay? Because, I figured we're going to have to wait. We have to, to make some moves. What are they doing? Avonte Maddox is out with the torn pec. I don't know, guys. Like, Sirianni said that he is going to upgrade. I mean, look, I don't know if all this is a smokescreen. He's not going to tell. I would think that a lot of this is smokescreen, to think that some of this is real going forward when it comes to the roster and letting the Bucs know who's going to be playing, who's not going to be playing. So Nick says on who will replace Avonte Maddox. Okay, Avonte Maddox is going to be out for the rest of the year, okay? Avonte Maddox has one more year left on his contract next year. And unfortunately, he's like a $10 million cap hit next year. I don't know. For me, you have so many corners on this roster. You got so many corners on this roster going into next season. Isaiah Rodgers, another one from the Colts, 24 years old, rated by PFF, pretty good at cornerback and as a kick returner. So I think you'll have a lot more bodies. Do the Eagles move on from Avonte Maddox next year? Do they try to trade him next year? We'll get to that when we get to that next offseason, but we're not going to have Avonte Maddox. So as Nick says, we have good options in-house moving forward. This is why we cross-train people, whether that's a corner or a safety. We, of course, will miss Avonte, but this is why Howie and the front office build depth. Now, Mario Goodrich is currently the only remaining nickel corner as of right now. And to be honest with you guys, I have no trust in Mario Goodrich. I have more trust in, because if they're keeping this in-house, if this is true, this can all be smokescreen. Howie Roseman could be going after somebody right now. I know Bradley Roby is, I think he's visiting the 49ers right now for some secondary help right now. I mean, there's Trust me. And I think Bald Eagle with the super chat. This is perfect because this would be probably the number one guy I would trade for. Bald Eagle with the super chat says we need to get Jeremy Chin now. Yeah, dude. Jeremy Chin can not only play safety, but he can play. I think the Eagles are still very heavily. Jeff Kerr from NFL even talked about the Philadelphia Eagles, say that Howie Roseman is looking for a safety still till this day right now. And I feel like this would be the perfect trade for the Philadelphia Eagles because Jeremy Chin could play multiple positions. We don't have that hybrid. We don't have that hybrid player at safety that can play multiple positions in the secondary since Chauncey Gardner-Johnson was here last year, which I think obviously has become one of the biggest mistakes going forward. It's not our fault, obviously, and it's not Chauncey's fault. I think there was enough on both sides to say that, it just didn't work out, and we went out and got Bradbury back, okay? So if, Jeremy Chin could be. We'll see what happens, but, just give it some time. If they're saying in-house, I don't think Mario Goodrich getting some starting reps is fine, but he had an issue. He had a huge issue on tackling one-on-ones. He had a big issue on Hawkinson, trying to tackle him, trying to bring him down, covering him. It was a problem. And if I was to guess, they're going to move Bradbury to the inside. Bradbury was playing a little bit of nickel, actually a lot in training camp. And I'm not saying you're going to do this every week. I'm saying upon matchups because now teams know that the Eagles are weak at the slot corner nickel position now, okay? Very weak now. So teams are going to start putting their either, number 2 guy, in the slot or something like that. You know what I mean? So that could happen here. And I don't know if other than Mario Goodrich, there's no, Zach McPherson was supposed to be the backup nickel corner this year, ended up getting hurt out for the rest of the year. Josiah Scott was, got off this team. He didn't even make the team. I don't think he's even on the roster right now. I don't think he's even on the practice squad. So that's the only thing I can think they're going to do. You have Mario Goodrich as your backup nickel right now. Your only nickel cornerback right now. That's it. That's all you have. So they're going to have to make some type of move or something. I don't know. They got to do something here, but moving Bradbury to the inside, sure, but is there anybody else out there they could get? I know Chris Harris Jr. is still out there. Bradley Roby, like I said, is visiting the 49ers. He's a nice little, hybrid piece that you can move around a little bit. There's really not much to do here. The Eagles have 10 draft picks next year. Maybe they sign somebody for the future. I have no idea, but I think it's a very weak position. Rashad Evans ended up walking away from the team because he had a lot of interest elsewhere to other teams. So now you're one injury away at linebacker from being in a lot of trouble. We're already in some trouble right now, and the Kobe Dean's going to be out for a month. Okay. I say another 3 weeks from today, and then hopefully, something happens. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I think they'll figure it out. I'm not worried about it, but at the same time, it's an eye opener down the line. Aiden says, "Go get Chin or Buddha." Yeah, I don't know the Buddha thing. I don't think. Yeah, the Buddha. Yeah, Buddha's on IR. That's what I read today. So I don't think he's gonna be here. It was weird how he just ended up on the injury report randomly. I don't know why. But Jay says, "What about putting Evans in the nickel?" No, Rashad Evans is gone. Rashad Evans backed out from his practice squad contract because he didn't want to be on practice squad for the Eagles because he ended up getting a lot of interest from other teams to probably play, most likely, or dress for game day, most likely, instead of being on practice squad. So he's gone. You're thin at linebacker, and now you have one lone man at nickel corner now. So both of those positions, the good thing about this week is you're going to get Reed Blankenship back, you're going to get James Bradbury back, and you're going to get Kenneth Gainwell back. And the Kenneth Gainwell situation is a whole nother situation, is a huge situation right now. Joe says the punting of Braden Mann will make a difference on special teams. Oh, yeah. So the Eagles did sign a new punter. Thank God. I was kind of shocked over it, to be honest. I didn't think it was actually going to happen, but it did. Thank God, man. I mean, literally this was the last week. If Aaron Siposs, I mean, Covey's going to make obviously to the active roster probably another time this week. Hopefully they make a change there. But if Aaron Siposs was brought to the active roster this last week, one more time for Monday night's game, a week from today, he would be stuck on the active roster the rest of the year. And I'm really glad that they made a move here. It's Aaron Siposs is gone. He'll never come back. You know what I mean? He'll never come back. So very happy about that. Brand says, so far he has 3 solo touchdowns, one pass deflection, Jeremy Chin. I don't even care about that, dude. Like, I feel like there's a lot of players out there that how he can get his hands on, and to be honest with you, sometimes they're just not in the right scheme. You know what I mean? Like, I think Jeremy Chin's a good player. I mean, really, with a good defense surrounding him, I think you'll play very, very well. You know, very well. Robert L.S. Henry says, Justin Evans or Edmonds in the slot. Yeah, they could. I mean, Justin Evans has played nickel in the past, but I don't know if he's actually played this training camp that we just had. That's actually a good one because Justin Evans has played nickel in the past. Edmonds, I don't know. Maybe. I'm not really a big fan of Terrell Edmonds. I think he definitely was a game saver for Justin Jefferson for that touchback in the end zone, no doubt. They didn't shadow Slay that whole entire game. We all know that. But I think Josh Jobe has done pretty good against Addison. I thought he he did a fantastic job against Addison right there. So it says no Evans is safety. Well, no, Evans is a safety, but he has played nickel corner in the past for other teams. So he was a second-round pick from Tampa Bay in 2017. He has played multiple positions, but I don't think the Eagles have even cross-trained him this offseason at the nickel spot. So unless, Nick saying that he's cross-trained a bunch of guys, I don't think it's Justin Evans, but who knows? Maybe they're cross-training him this week. That's why I feel like there's a lot of smoke screens with this. Like, why are you going to tell the media exactly what you're doing with your secondary? Yeah, this could all be a smoke screen, and Howie Roseman could be going after somebody for all we know. You know what I mean? So we'll see. Marek says, screw Gainwell, Swift is a stud. Yeah, so Nick had a lot to say about the running back position as well. Said this is going to be depending on the hot hand. This is how it's going to look. He said, we really like that room, and that's going to look different each week. I'm telling you right now, dude, I don't care what you say. If Swift doesn't have majority of carries, I'm not looking for him to get 175 yards every single week, okay? It's not going to happen. He's not getting 28 carries. He had 28 carries because obviously, Rashad Penny was a healthy scratch the first week and only had a few snaps as more of a reserved running back. Boston Scott had a concussion, which he should be back to. I don't see why he shouldn't be back. You should have all of your running backs back right now. But when it comes to it, if Gainwell comes back, the hot hand, he says, okay, what running back is just going to work better? Dude, it doesn't matter what running back is going to work better for the game. Like, I guess there's situations you can use different running backs, but Swift is the best running back. Okay, not only he is the most realistic running back one, which I don't care about that because this is a rotation. Okay, but it's nice to see that if the Eagles are down running backs with injuries like we were last week, you can use Swift the whole entire game. Obviously, got to be careful with him. You don't want to put too much on his plate, but he handled it pretty damn nicely. And Rashad Penny had a few snaps, whatever. So I thought he played pretty good. I thought Swift we know what Swift is, okay? Eagles fans that have common sense know what Swift could do. Who's got the better skill set? DeAndre Swift. Now, if they put Gainwell at running back and I don't know what's going on with Quez Watkins with the hamstring. Zaccheaus wasn't even targeted one time in this game. Not even once. So the wide receiver 3 position, we're not even involving those guys. It's already enough. We're trying to get Dallas Goedert the ball, but we have to see what's going on what's going on with the wide receiver 3 position because we're not really getting them involved, period. You know what I mean? So I'm telling you right now, like, they better, and I'm telling you right now, no bullshit. Like, I better not see Gainwell just with most of the carries just because. And because he's getting a couple yards. A couple yards each play or some shit like that. You know who the hot hand is. You know who the best running back is in this in this running back core. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy. City says, better not make Gainwell the main man. That's what I'm saying. Savvy says, anything Gainwell can do, Swift does better aside from staying healthy. Yeah, I mean, that's Savvy, you're 100% correct. I mean, come on now. I mean, seriously. Like, Swift is just so freaking explosive. And what takes Swift so far with his game is his... he's swifty. He's slippery. He's just... I mean, even that red zone touchdown he had, he did a jump cut in front of two guys and made Harrison Smith frozen in skates. I mean, it's almost impossible. Almost impossible to defend that. Gainwell can't do that. If we gave Gainwell 28 snaps, he probably wouldn't have lasted. And if he did, he wouldn't have had 175 yards. Come on now. Swift is just too agile. He's just better. He's the better talent. He's quicker. He's faster. He's less indecisive. He's better. We all know this. You know? We got a super chat for Jack Dwight. Thank you so much, man. He says, if you have a Super Bowl ambitions and a lot of draft capital, you go outside and get a good nickel. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you believe in this team that they can make it far this year, and look, it's only week 2, okay? We're going into week 3 already. I mean, it hasn't been long. Like, the season's moving right now. You know, by the time we close our eyes or open our eyes again, it's going to be week 11, week 12. You know, it goes by really quick. But, Jack, I agree. And I feel like if you have to go after somebody, make a trade. Make a trade for the future, somebody. You know what I mean? You got the money to do it, and if you want to move some money around, go ahead and do it. The Eagles could do it. I have no issue if they want to go trade for a starting nickel corner right now. I have no issue with it. I feel like they do have interest in safety. I feel like they do have interest at nickel. I think they are looking. But, you know, how much are you going to give up? You know, that's the price you have to pay here. And usually Howie won't bite too much when something costs too much draft capital-wise. But I guess we'll find out. We'll see. But I don't feel comfortable with Mario Goodrich there. I just don't. I'm not there with him. Josh Jobe on the outside, I feel like he's really turning it up really, really well. Jobe was I mean, hey, he's cross-trained, and Jobe's another guy that's cross-trained from safety to quarter. He's cross-trained a couple positions, you know what I mean? But I think he did really good on Adderson. Besides the touchdown didn't really count because he should have had safety help on that. I think Justin Evans was the screw up on that. He was supposed to peel off on that play and never did, you know? So, see what happens. Yeepa, what's going on, dude? Hope you have a good day, man. Keith Hollenberg says Frank Reich isn't going to trade Chin. No shot, dude. Can you really say you won't be surprised of how he gets a good player if he makes a trade somewhere? You know what I mean? You can't really say that Howie can't do anything. You never know what these teams will give up if they feel like you know. There could be some teams that have some good depth at a position, but they say, you know what? If they're not going to sign somebody, if the Panthers don't want Chin and they're like, we have some good depth. We have somebody that we might want to try out. Yeah, we can afford to do it. That's fine. It might not be Chin. It could be somebody else, Ron Yancey says, God, Swift looked so good, didn't he? Everything I wanted Miles to be. He way more explosive. I love watching him run the rock. Miles Sanders is nothing compared to DeAndre Swift. Nothing to DeAndre Swift, okay? Miles Sanders danced way too much. He's not explosive through the hole. He always tried to run outside, okay? He's had a fumbling problem. He's had a drop problem. He's just been, and Miles is a good player, but he's not Swift. To find a Swift in this league, it's very tough. It's very, very tough. And to be honest with you, I don't know what they paid him, $6 million a year, something like that. The Eagles could have afforded Miles Sanders, there's no doubt. But I already kind of prepared myself they were going to let him go. I wanted a running back, whether it was through the draft, whether it was free agency, whether it was through trade, whatever the case may be, I thought it was going to be a really good move for someone to get here and run behind this offensive line. Eric R said, I want them to be more creative with run design. I also want to see Swift tossed and throwing the ball to keep the defense thinking. Yeah, I think I said that before. I mean, Swift should be in the passing game too. If you want to start Kenneth Gainwell and you're not using these wide receiver threes and Quez Watkins, regardless of the hamstring, and if you're not using Zacchaeus, I'd put Swift. I mean, Swift on a linebacker. Swift running routes, and I totally agree with that. I feel like they have to work more middle of the field. I think Hurts is missing guys at times, and I think just the two new coordinators, I think not enough work in this offseason has taken a toll on this team a little bit to kind of get this team going offensively just a little bit. So been kind of crazy. But yeah, the run design I think should be a little bit better, and I think you have to involve these running backs in the passing game too. So I totally agree with that. Savvy says, hoping to see Nolan Smith get some legit playing time week 3. Hopefully, Sidney Brown makes an appearance. Also, got to get these young guys some reps. I mean, Sidney Brown, I think it's only due time, but this week he probably won't get a shot, depending if they do like 3 safety sets or something like that. But he'll most likely play special teams. And Nolan Smith has only had 14 snaps in like 2 weeks. It's not because of Nolan Smith. It's because of this defensive coordinator, okay? If you're not going to – and he's listed as a linebacker the past couple weeks. I looked at the snap percentages. 14 snaps in 2 weeks, 13 snaps, whatever it was. I think it is 14. Okay. I don't think he's done anything. He hasn't been given a chance. 14 snaps in 2 weeks is nothing. And some of those snaps are special teams. A lot of those snaps are probably special teams. And I know he is on special teams. Okay. So they got to figure this out. I mean, if you're going to keep him as a linebacker, move him to defensive end. Because Reddick hasn't done nothing yet. It's week 2. Like I said, we're going into week 3 now. Like, Reddick hasn't done nothing. Reddick has a combined tackle. That's it for the year right now. Okay? We don't know Reddick is better than that. Josh Sweat's the only defensive end. Brandon Graham has gotten some pressures and stuff. Josh Sweat's playing amazing right now. And Derek Barnett has like 1 tackle for loss this year. That's it. I think he had 1 tackle for loss. I don't know. I think it was the first game. I think that's it. So, Derek says, Miles disappeared in the Super Bowl and Cowboys game last year. Well, yeah, I mean, Miles, I think all the they barely ran the ball in the Super Bowl, period. I think all the running backs combined only had like 50-something yards. It wasn't much. It honestly wasn't much between all the running backs, okay? So, that was a passing game, Jack says this game will love is Sirianni trying to be. Dude, I'm hoping that that's not the case, because I swear to God, if I see Gainwell used more, then they're obviously favoriting him. I feel like, Gainwell's been in the system, they know how to use him, but I mean, it's impossible just to use him the whole game. I loved the Swift and bought when Gainwell was out for this last game. I really liked the tandem with Swift and Boston Scott. Boston Scott's a very good player, but you have a lot of different type of running back skill sets. Boston Scott's got that, that Darren Sproles 2.0 lookalike, small guy, because very explosive. Could fit behind. I mean, most defenses can't even see Boston Scott when he's running with the football in his hands in a pile, and he'll get those extra yards pretty easily. But hoping we're wrong on all of that. Tax says 4-3. What about putting Sidney Brown on the slot so we could cross train? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the thing is, like Nick said that they have been cross training guys. So have they been cross training guys at nickel this past training camp, or are they talking about this week? Like who could play that position? Who could learn a brand new position if you're cross training guys? I have no idea. But we'll see. We'll see. Witch King said, did you know they're going to do a Rondé Barber Hall of Fame induction celebration during halftime? Yeah, I know. It's like, it's okay. Let them do it. Let them do it. We're going to be 3-0 this week. Let them do whatever they want to piss us off. Perfectly fine. I am fine with it. So he said, there's a rumor we're looking to get Budda Baker. News just dropped. Yeah, I think it's fake. I don't think it's real. I don't think it's real at all. I think there was like somebody put out a tweet. I think this person only had like 200 followers. Somebody put out a tweet saying that the Eagles have been aggressive for Budda Baker this whole entire offseason to into the regular season. I think it's fake. I don't think it's real. There could have been interest, no doubt, but he's on the IR now, so I don't know. I think the IR thing is real, obviously. I don't know if there's legit, like, there is aggressive negotiations with the Eagles right now. I with that player, probably not. I don't see it. Eric Garza, I can't wait to see Penny get a shot. I want to see how he affects teams behind this offensive line. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are saying he is slow as shit. Like, he's just fucking slow. I'm like, dude, you got to give it time. He only had, what, 3 snaps? How many snaps did... Somebody give me a number. If you got... Anybody could search that up. What did Rashad Penny... How many rushing attempts did he have? How many rushing attempts did he have? Because he didn't have much. Because I remember Swift got really tired. He got really, really tired. And then, they took him out of the game. You know what I mean? For a couple plays. So Rashad Penny, was in there as like a... Rashad Penny was in there as at least a... just a reserve type running back, Sally says, our defense is haunted by the ghost of Gann, especially with lining up the corners 8 yards off the receiver. Yeah, they're still giving too much cushion, man. I feel that. I thought even when Slay wasn't shadowing Justin Jefferson the whole game last game, there were times where the first down marker is 5 yards in front of the offense, okay? And Slay is lined up a couple yards past the first down marker. And then the next play, I saw Slay right in Jefferson's face, and it was perfect. Perfect. Couldn't make a play. I don't get, like, I'm not saying you got to play press the whole game, but, like, when you're giving too much, you're giving like 5 to 7 yards cushion. You're giving 5 to 7, not even 5 to 7 yards cushion. You're giving 5 to 7 yards. These guys are open 5 to 7 yards. That's why I feel like, that's why you only have, 3 sacks right now? You only have 3 sacks for the season right now. You're 2-0, and that's all that matters, but you only have 3 sacks for the season. You can't generate a pass rush when you have too much cushion that way. Matt says, these Monday night games are awful. Yeah, I haven't watched anything tonight. I watched a lot of football on Sunday, but that was pretty much it. Robert says, do you think lacked receiver depth is concerned? Maybe we sign or trade for someone down the line. Why? Why are we lacking receiver depth? I mean, Quez Watkins isn't getting targeted. Zacchaeus got in the game after the hamstring to Quez, and he isn't getting targeted. I don't think there's a lack of anything. I think we're fine at wide receiver. I think we are perfectly fine at wide receiver. No issue. No issue at all. 3 rushing attempts from Penny versus Vikings. Yeah, because, he took... You can't go off of 3 rushing. You can't go off of 3 rushing. People are saying he looked like a snail. He looked fucking slow. I get it. I get it. Jeff says, new drinking game when watching the game. Every time you hear the announcer say wide open when we are take a drink, you'll be drunk by half. Yeah, I hope not. Hope not. Jack says, I also believe we are a Brown or Devontae injury away from being in trouble. Well, yeah, I mean, if you lose a number 1 receiver on your team, you lose Brown or Smith. Of course you can always, the good thing about it is you can always move Quez Watkins to the outside. Are you going to get the same results? They might have to change their playbook around. They might have to involve double tight end sets. They might have to involve the tight ends more. They might have to do more of a run game. I don't know. But obviously the pass game has to be better. It obviously needs to get a lot better. Okay. Devontae Smith is having a fantastic year right now. Swift is having a great year so far. You know what I mean? I think, you have a few guys having a pretty good year. Injuries are going to happen. You can't get depth at every single position. It's not impossible, but it's not, a lot of teams can't get the best depth possible every single year. You can't have a superstar at wide receiver behind 3 wide receivers. You're not going to get that. You know what I mean? In case somebody does get hurt. But, we'll see. Tax says, I think everything is going to come together with time. Yeah, I think that's, he said, so let's keep our heads up. I think that's the way we got to go for it, man. You got to think about it, guys. Like, they did not play that much this offseason. They barely played. Joint practices, I think, are going to be a joke now. I think Nick is definitely changing the offseason program. There's no doubt. I don't think the Eagles are going to have minicamp, but I think they're still going to let go of that minicamp, especially if you're going to be playing guys. They got to play more guys in preseason games. It's just not enough. You have to get these guys gelled up a little bit more in the offseason because way too much time off, and I think the Eagles are definitely affecting it, especially when you have 2 brand new coordinators this year. I think that just made it worse. You know, it just made it worse. It looks like every time, like when I feel like the Eagles are doing good in the passing game, or I feel like the Eagles are, they need to stop with the screen passes. They need to stop with these design QB runs with Jalen Hurts, because Hurts has been hit pretty good the past couple weeks. He's been hit. If I see this offense do this for another couple weeks, at least I'm giving this till like week 4, week 5. I'd give it till like week 5 of the season. By the 5th week of the season, if I see the same offense that looks dead in the water at times, and then they start to get the passing game going a little bit, and then they're dead in the water again, there's no excuse why this offense, with the talent it has on it, to be what it is right now. I think Shane Steichen not being here is definitely a huge difference. Brian Johnson is, I think there's stuff to question. The play calling's been horrendous. I mean, I think we can all, agree. We know what's going on with this defense with the soft coverage. We know we had injuries last game. We had a starting safety out, starting number 2 corner out, and a starting linebacker out. You know what I mean? Like, Dean is out. So I get it, Jonas says, I'm not panicking. It's only week 3. Rollins says, on a scale from 1 to 10, how worried are you about our passing game? 1 being not at all, 10 being terrified. I'd say maybe a 2 to a 3, probably. Like, I'm really not. I shouldn't think that we should have a problem. I don't feel like, oh my god. I'm not freaking out like a lot of people are freaking out. Like, during game time when I see shit I don't like, it pisses me off, which amplifies it. Totally get that. But sometimes it gets, I'm not worried because I feel like the offense is gonna be fine. Like, it's not the player. It's whatever Brian Johnson and these order of play calls to get Jalen Hurts. We need a rhythm with Jalen Hurts. He's got to create a rhythm for Jalen Hurts in this offense, to ease him into the pass game. Like, that's what I'm saying. So, do the Eagles need to change their identity this year? Do they need to run the ball more? And then kind of, people were telling me on some of the comments, like, what are you talking about, dude? The offense goes through a run game. I said, no, it doesn't. It goes through a pass game. Okay. The offense runs through Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, and Dallas Goedert. That's what was said on day 1 when Nick was here. It is always going to run through the pass game. But maybe this year it's going to be different. Maybe we have to, we have to balance out, and we have to run the ball a lot and then start to ease Jalen Hurts to the pass. But I don't know why I'm saying ease him into the pass. You know what I mean? It's this coordinator. I think there's just a lot of things. I think the Eagles are not on page with certain things offensively. I think it's lack of offseason work. I totally believe that. A lot of the older guys haven't really played since the Super Bowl last year, before the season started. How many guys, maybe some joint practices, but that's joint practice. You're not playing a game when you have play calling on one side of the field, play calling on the other side of the field. A game and joint practices are 2 different things. And joint practice as well, guys. Like, you can't hit the quarterback. You can't tackle. You can't be that physical. Like, what's a sack? What's not a sack at joint practices? I think it's a bunch of bullshit at times. I let it slide last year, and they had to knock off Little Russ in that Detroit game, but it is what it is. And people bitching about the distribution of the football. Take last year, for example. Devontae Smith didn't have a catch in the first game of the season last year. Not a catch. Okay, it was A.J. Brown the whole entire game, and that's perfectly fine. Sometimes it's just going to be in some receiver's favor. Every game is different, Jad Tom says, but he has been hesitant. No, I totally agree. I think Hurts has been hesitant. I don't think he has a rhythm with the offense. I don't think Brian Johnson is helping that situation. I mean, I'm sitting here like the Vikings are dropping 8 guys down. All your wide receivers are taking verticals. There was a couple plays that somebody put on Twitter. Quez Watkins was working middle of the field, wide open. Hurts did not see him. You know what I mean? Devontae Smith, he underthrew that. Thank God Devontae Smith can get contested catches because he underthrew that ball. And I think A.J. Brown was way more open than Devontae Smith in stride. So, you throw that ball at Devontae Smith in stride, it's a touchdown. So, you know what I mean? John's Buda Baker on IR for 4 weeks. Yeah, dude. I don't think that was even happening. I don't. I mean, NFL Rumors put out a tweet today that the Eagles have heavy interest in Buda Baker, but would they pick him up when he's hurt? I have no idea. Matt says, next money can't get here soon enough. Chris says, hopefully we're not reverting to 2021 offensive attack. No, I hope not. Well, the difference is in 21, Nick Sirianni was calling the plays, and then like by mid-season, like we were passing the ball way too much beginning of the season. Okay, barely ran the football. And then was like mid-season or maybe a little bit earlier than that where Nick, handed off the play calling to Steichen, and then the run game started to get a lot better, and then the passing game started to get a lot better. But, that was just a crazy year. We weren't treating Devontae Smith like a number one receiver that year. You know that for a fact, Philly 416 says, I agree with you 100%. These design runs must stop. We need Jalen healthy. Yeah, I feel like screen passes and design QB runs are the biggest cop-out plays. It's like I feel like you're being lazy on being more creative with the offense. And there's nothing wrong with Jalen Hurts running with the football in his hand. Sometimes he ran to the outside and got a first down. I have no issue with that. But we were on the 40-45 yard line of the Vikings 40-45 yard line in field goal range, 3rd and long, and you run with Jalen Hurts on a cube, not an RPO where he has to, see if he's going to hand the ball for keeping it for himself. It was a QB run design. Literally, he gets the ball in his hand, start running in shotgun. You know what I mean? I thought that was a big problem. And then he gets sacked for 10 yards, and then he's out of field goal range. They did play action on first down, I don't know how many times. Play action on first down results in the defensive line getting a lot of pressure because they're not fazed by what you're doing on first down. So first down, it was play action of every series, and the Vikings weren't fazed by it. Hence, a lot of pressure was happening there. Jonas said the Eagles are linked to everyone. Yeah, maybe. James says, who you got the Rams versus Bengals game? I don't know, man. I don't know. I think the Bengals might win, but we'll see. Thanks says, we're not playing the Cowboys. Philly says, time will tell. James says, hopefully Eagles can beat the Bucs Monday. Jamie says he's smart about he gets down and doesn't risk the injury. Well, yeah, that's a whole nother thing. That's a result in that fumble that he had in the even the fumble he had in the Patriot game. That's what happens when you run him too much. He gets tackled. That's it. He gets wrapped up. That's it. You know what I mean? Cooking and fishing with Beal. What's going on, dude? So what up? Information. Appreciate. I appreciate so much, man. Thanks for coming in. We have 185 in the chat right now. If you guys haven't subscribe to the channel. Eagles News every single day. We have streams on Mondays, Fridays, the night before the games. We have streams and play-by-plays and post-games. So, and we have videos every single day. So definitely subscribe. Like up this stream if you guys have it, guys. Like it up like crazy. So thank you so much. I think we have 50 likes. Let's get to 100 likes if we can. So, yes. Eric R. said they should dumb the playbook down, implement some of the plays that were effective last season, and spoon-feed in new wrinkles. The run game and early targets to AJ and Goddard will open the path. Yeah, I get it. I swear, even the first game we played, I understand, we have to do this week to week, but we looked like we weren't giving, even on a short week. I think a huge part of this, too, not only, the offseason and how much non-time that we had with both of these coordinators to really work with the offense and defense, but having a short week this early in the season did not help us. It did not, because we garnered injuries. Okay, we would have had a couple guys back if we had a normal week this past week and played the Vikings on Sunday instead of Thursday. So I thought that short week kind of screwed up a lot. I think it definitely screwed a lot of things up. So, Dan says, I think we'll beat the Bucs, but it will be close. The Bucs look good, man. The Bucs look really good. I know they won. I think they won against the Vikings. They won against the Bears. The Bears look horrible, by the way. Baker Mayfield, they haven't. No one has scored over 20 points on that team the last 2 weeks. That their defense is playing great. Baker Mayfield is having a very, very good couple games. Gotta say, didn't think it would work out, but he's playing really, really good. I have to give it credit. They have receivers. They have running backs. Line's not bad. I think the Bucs are a good team. So you got 2-0 teams playing on Monday night. Should be fun. Chris says these 3 passes were forced. AJ killed the drive as well. Yeah, I didn't like that. The only thing I really didn't like was after the whole thing on the sideline with AJ Brown that people are still talking about, these freaking idiots that are still talking about this stuff. I had some stupid crap. I don't know. Somebody made a video about me and what I said to this guy on Twitter about kind of slandering AJ Brown on Twitter, and it got a lot of attention, or somewhat some attention, and people got pissed off over it. So, I had to spit my game and be like, dude, like, I don't know why people are stretching this thing out so much. But what I didn't like was they kind of catered to him after that, like. They kind of we're not up by, we're in a non-comfortable game. We're not up by 3 touchdowns. Okay. We're not up by 3 scores. I felt like they pressured, AJ Brown was like, give me the damn ball. And I think AJ Brown got robbed on 2 plays in the game. Obviously, Rashad Penny had the holding call. And then on the left side where AJ Brown was going to the end zone, I thought his whole right arm got held. That was a massive PI against the Vikings, and they never called it. His whole right arm, before the ball even got there, was taken down, and never called anything. I think he was robbed on 2 touchdowns, most likely, but I didn't like how they kind of passed the ball. Right after that thing on the sideline, they just started passing the ball to him and force-feeding him, which I didn't like, because, we have a game plan. We're in a sticky situation right now where we can't be favoriting a specific player if it's not working, So... Queasy13, what's going on, man? He says, I'm going to keep it buck. I don't like the early script they're giving us. Like, we just forgot how to play ball with all this talent. BS. But hopefully they're shitting bettors to take some money off of our Super Bowl prop. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, I think it's heavily because of the coordinator and the play calling. I don't think there's anything wrong with, I don't think there's any, if Hurts is not comfortable in the offense, it's because that there's no rhythm in this offense. It means that you have to get your quarterback into a rhythm with specific amount of plays. You go into a game, right? So every series you have a specific 4 to 5 plays that you want to, kind of get him warmed up. A nice combination of certain plays that are going to get Hurts acclimated to the offense and make him comfortable to pass. You know what I mean? And I feel like they're still trying to figure that out right now. And that's definitely all on Brian Johnson, no doubt. I think it's all the way on Brian Johnson. So I think that's true. Professional Fiddlesworth says, being 2-0 and the amount of hate we're getting is probably a good outcome. They could go on Monday. Yeah, I'm hoping they go off, dude. I hope so. I hope we see a different team on Monday. I hope we do. Offensively, defensively, we'll see what happens. You got Mike Evans. You got a good receiver group going into Monday night, but offensively, they got to put points on the board. They gotta put more points on the board. They gotta look more fluid. At the end of the day, the Eagles always find a way to win football games. That's what they've done the past couple weeks. Some of it hasn't looked pretty at times, but the defense is not playing bad at all. I think Jalen Carter is playing fantastic. Jordan Davis playing fantastic. God damn it, can you put Nolan Smith at defensive end, please? If you're not going to use him as a linebacker, put him on the edge and let him just hunt. That's all I'm asking for. Hopefully Reddick gets a sack. Hopefully Brandon Graham does something. I mean, Jalen Carter has 10 hurries, 11 pressures. He's 3rd in the league right now. 3rd in the league in pressures right now. I think he's behind Micah Parsons and I forgot who else. I forgot Bosa. I forgot who else. I actually forgot who else. But I think he's 3rd in the league in pressures right now. Doing well, doing fantastic. And he played half the snaps he played the first week. He actually had less snaps than the Patriots game and still was very, very good. And I'm telling you right now, like, I think Fletcher Cox is having a really good year these past couple weeks. I thought Fletcher has been playing, like, holy crap, really well in this rotation. And Jordan Davis is just pummeling. Jordan Davis, I mean, they're doubling on Fletch, and they're just one-on-one with Jordan Davis. Oh my God, dude. Jordan Davis is becoming a pass rusher that I didn't think it was going to happen going into this year too much. I didn't think we were going to see too much of that. Just clogging the hole a little bit and getting some tackles for loss. But man, he is doing, I mean, year 2 of a first-round pick is definitely an important year for any first-round pick going to the second year. And I think it looks great. I think it looks amazing. Thanks to people who want AJ traded or crazy. I respect people's opinions, but the problem was somebody threw my name in a video. Someone threw my name in the title of a video, which was like, and unfortunately these people turned out then they started to kind of say that they were getting harassed by everybody. And I mean, you put it on the internet and you're going to get backlash for it. I mean, you say trade A.J. Brown, you think people are going to be nice to you? No, people are going to be pissed off, and you got to take it, man. I felt like he couldn't take it, unfortunately. And I like the guy's content a lot. Like, I have no issue. As a person, I got no issue. I was kind of threatened when I put out the tweet saying, dude, like, I don't know why you're stretching this out as much as you are. Like, people result to violence, and I don't know why people do. It's really annoying. Trust me, like, I could have made a video and put up all these clips and made someone look stupid, but I'm not going to do that because that's not what I do, because I do like the guy's content, and I have nothing to, I didn't realize, why I had to get attacked like that and put out on a video because I spoke my mind. Like, it's BS, dude. And I'm very open about shit like this. Like I said, like, the guy that did this, I had no problem with it whatsoever. I had no issue with anything. The only thing I had an issue with was like, I'm not the only one that thinks this way. It's like he took my context and was like, oh, A.J. Brown should apologize to the whole fucking world. Like, A.J. Brown should go to the White House, go on the podium and apologize. When A.J. Brown did this, I was fine. You're going to have a good receiver that wants the ball. I'd rather have a bunch of guys that want the ball. And Devontae Smith did it last year. Devontae Smith did it. No, Devontae Smith did it in 21. Devontae Smith was asking for the ball, didn't get the ball. Remember the Giants game where Devontae Smith, like, you're either going to have I don't want a shitty receiver that's going to be quiet and, oh, he's a really nice guy and, he's a family man and, he goes to bingo on Sundays and, that's what everybody expects. Like, I want that receiver. It's like, yo, give me the ball. Give me the damn ball. That's what I want. And that's apparently a bad thing. Stupid. People are dumb. Sorry. It's just like, it's aggravating. It's just stupid. Jack says, I just don't drink the Kool-Aid. Red Who says, I get the next man up they preach, but Swift definitely deserves the right. Yes! 100%. 100%. I am telling you right now, if I see Kenneth Gainwell with more rushing attempts next week, there's going to be a problem. That means they're favoriting him over because he's been here longer, or something stupid like that. You just got 28 carries, 28 carries, and for 175 yards. Kenneth Gainwell wouldn't have done that. Come on now. He wouldn't have done that. AJ did apologize. Yeah, like, if, like, he doesn't have to announce it to the world or get in front of the media and he doesn't have to do that. He could just, it's like Jalen Hurts and him are best friends. I don't care. Dude, I played Pee-wee, I played high school, and I played college. And let me tell you something. This shit happens every single game. It's because it was shown on camera. Teams do this every single game. You know what I mean? So I just, because the camera catches it and everyone's like, oh my God, cancer, trade him now. Stupid idea. No, you can't. Well, he's not going to get 20. Swift is not going to get 28 carries every game. That's only because you lost. You end up losing Scott. You end up losing him as well. Eagles says DeAndre Swift is the best running back in the division. Probably. Yeah, I think he's better than Brian Robinson. I think he's better than Pollard. I think he's better than, Deuce Vaughn's a different type of running back, but we'll see. Eagles says, I love Barkley, but he gets injured too often. Yeah, he's going to be out a few weeks. He's going to miss 4 to 5 games. He's going to miss 3 weeks. He's obviously missing. They have to play the Giants got to play the 49ers on Thursday night on a short week. And now you don't have Barkley and your protection sucks. You know what I mean? Protection sucks. They don't have a legitimate number one receiver. That's how bad they are. They're that bad. And beating the Cardinals was nothing. Beating the Cardinals was nothing. Simple as that. Steve Smith literally broke in his own teammate's face. Yeah, dude. That's because that's what it used to be. It's not like that anymore. You know, like back in the day, people would have arguments or fights, and people wouldn't talk about it for 10 weeks and tell him fans wouldn't say trade this player. Now, every time a player does something, because, you know, either people have not been alive for that long, or they just don't have any internal guts to, you know, to see toughness, or see that if a receiver wants the ball, then he wants the ball. Okay, the difference between T.O. and A.J. Brown is T.O. would embarrass his teammates in front of the media, which A.J. Brown has never, ever, 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 ever done that. Never done that. T.O. is a whole... T.O., how many quarterbacks didn't like to play... How many quarterbacks didn't like to play with T.O.? Every quarterback that T.O. played for didn't want to play with him. He embarrassed, especially McNabb, embarrassed him in front of the media. In front of the media. That's the worst. That's throwing a player right under the bus. Simple as that. That's the worst that could happen. You know? Matt says, I've been over the overblown AJ and Hurts combo. No, I'm done with it. It's just, you know, somebody mentioned it, so I talked about it, you know? James says, could the Cardinals go 0-17? I mean, they probably won't, but 20 to nothing, bro. 20 to nothing. And that's what you did. And that's what you do. You know? Yuba says, yup, read some Eagles fans' comments wanting to trade Brown. I don't know. And look, I have no issue if somebody says we need to trade AJ Brown. Like, yeah, I think it's BS. But like, I'm not gonna like attack somebody because they're wrong, or I think they're wrong. You know what I mean? Like, it's fine. Like, I have no issue having someone having a different opinion. When I do videos, when I do live streams, anything I say doesn't mean it's final. I'm wrong about a lot of shit, but I'm right about some shit too. You know, but I'm not gonna attack somebody or be like, bro, you don't want these problems, or like, you know, stupid crap and say something to somebody just because it's a different opinion. You know, stupid. It's football at the end of the day. I have better shit to do than sit here and listen to, you know, and get attacked by somebody. It's not gonna happen. I think the Cardinals can trip and get at least one win. Twisted Death 63 says Cardinals low-key blew their opponents out and then remembered they tanking for first pick in the third quarter. It's embarrassing, bro. Like, I swear to God, I was like, you know what? I said to myself, the Giants were like getting destroyed in the first half. I was like, okay. And then I was like, as soon as the Cardinals I kept Gannon on the sidelines, like the whole game. I'm like, that. I really want the Giants to win now. I don't even care about I don't even care about this game. Like, I want Gannon to just lose at this point. As much as I need the Giants, we all need the Giants to lose. I didn't even care. I was like, the Giants are coming back. Let them have their fun. Like, they're totally just embarrassing them at this point. You know, it's kind of nuts. Big D, what's going on, dude? Tal 1K says, I really want to know who's the jackass who said. I ain't saying it. You could probably find out pretty easily. You could find out just by typing AJ Brown trade on YouTube. You'll probably find who it is, to be honest. See, I could be a total dick and put the guy on blast, but I'm not going to do that because I don't care. Like, it's an opinion that he has, and that's perfectly fine. But like, he attacked me, and that's fine. Like, I mean, you put something on you put something on Twitter, and then he says, "Oh, I have all these people harassing me." It's like, bro, you're saying AJ Brown gets traded because, you know, and then you're putting up these videos of why he should be traded, and you don't think that, you know, Twitter is for people that are going to take a lot of shit. If your video gets hit, if your post gets hit with people disagreeing with you, now it's attacking you. Now you're acting as if people are attacking you. It was the dumbest shit I have ever seen, bro. The dumbest shit I ever seen. Like, I have no issue with the guy at all, but that guy is, I mean, I unfollowed him. I ended up unfollowing him, and then he made a video saying, then he did a live stream right after, and said I unfollowed him, it makes me look weak. Or I didn't block him. I unfollowed him. I don't want to see AJ. I already get enough AJ Brown, crap. After that crap happened, I already have enough things going down the line where it says AJ Brown is doing this and doing that. Like, I have enough on my feed that's saying all this crap. You know what I mean? I don't need to read any more of that shit. So not only did, after I got attacked, Joe Castro got attacked and everybody else got involved, and that was it. You know what I mean? Like, opinions are opinions, and that's fine. I don't always agree with Joe Castro on shit. I don't always agree on some of the other tubers. I don't always agree with Philly 500 on stuff. I don't always agree with, like Lord Brunson and some of these other guys. There's some things I don't agree on, but it doesn't mean, like, I respect it. Like, I'm not going to full out have a fight with them, like, because, we're the same fans at the end of the day, dude. We're, like, what the fuck? Like, it's just stupid. We got the first super chat for the channel for Morbs. Thank you so much. Super sticker. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it so much, dude. Much love. Got 185 in the chat. If you guys haven't liked the stream, like this stream. We'll get to 100 likes so we can. Definitely subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't either, for live play-by-play reactions and all that great stuff. Videos every day. I have a video already out, coming out tomorrow morning. So a lot will be out by tomorrow. Morbs said, the fly was 5 from New Zealand. I'm waiting for American football to explode over here so our town can enter the NFL market. Keep up the good work, Joe. Appreciate it so much, Morbs. New Zealand, huh? Yeah, man. I don't know if they're. It would be nice if they, it might not happen for a long time, unfortunately, to kind of branch out. I know they're starting to do it in the UK a little bit, but hopefully. I feel bad for people that love the NFL that live outside the country and maybe can't watch it, or maybe can only listen to it, or maybe can never go to a game. But hopefully you can get to a game sooner or later, man. To go to an Eagles game would probably be just do it once, man. Have the best time of your life, dude. So appreciate it so much, man. Thanks. Joey doesn't want to say his name, so why are you? Oh, it's fine. I mean, there's probably some people in the chat that know. Anyway, I don't care. If somebody knows and they say with it, like, I can't control what people do. Like, that's what it is. That's what happens. So Chris says, I know who it is. He thinks he's a celebrity. Toronto better. Dowdle better. Who the hell is that? I don't know who that is. Who's Dowdle? Who's that? Nick Chubb out with the knee injury. That sucks. Yeah, somebody told me earlier. It was when it says Pollard is not as effective without Zeke. 25-72, 2.9 average versus Jets. 5.0 average versus Giants. Just a guy. It was when it says Dowdle is just a guy too. The Cowboys run game was mid versus Jets. Daniel Ford says Dan Prayer's out for Nick Chubb. He says Cowboys scored 70 points in 2 games and gave up 10. Yeah, like I said, dude, it's 2 weeks, bro. It's only 2 weeks. It means that you're undefeated right now. That's what it means. It means nothing else. You still got weeks and weeks and weeks, dude. Still a long season. I see, dude. I see all these stupid comments that happened all the time. I see them. Red Who says they're saying Nick Chubb injured might. You know what's funny though? Yeah, I mean that's total yard. I mean, total yards in 2 weeks. The Eagles have more total yards in 2 weeks than the Cowboys do, which is weird. The Eagles have had a good run game. They had a good run game last week. A monster run game last week. Teams win in different ways, Thanks says, yeah, apparently Chubb's injury was gruesome. Why does that matter? Jones says, it's me. There's a lot of drama for only week 3. I think there's a lot. DB says, Chubb tore his ACL, MCL, and nutsack. He's done. Why are you making fun of the guy getting injured, bro? That's really low. It's really low, bro. I didn't think you were like that, but that's pretty disgusting. So he says, rugby's the game. I'm about to be honest. Oh, yeah, well, that's good, though. That's good. Jazz said, if Chubbs isn't out there for the season, he's made out of rubber because you didn't see the play on Twitter. It was bad. I got to look at it. Thanks says, what is this? You haven't played with anybody. That's how it is. That's how it is. Every year, that's how it is. That's how it is every year. If the Eagles and the Cowboys face different teams and the Eagles get less yards or less passing yards or they play worse than a team but still get the win, it means that they played worse than the other team. That's just what it is. That's what it is. I mean, that's all I'm saying. Because honestly, it's like I don't know what Cowboys face, and obviously the Eagles. I think to be honest with you, the Patriots defense was way better. And then they didn't face Aaron Rodgers week 2. So how much am I supposed to give out of those 2 wins? A win is a win for the Cowboys, and a win is a win for the Eagles. They both are 2-0 right now. I'm as fair as that, but don't take my don't take my kindness for weakness when I made a video yesterday and said the Cowboys the past couple weeks have played the best offense probably in the whole division. They have probably played more consistent the last couple weeks. I'm not talking about who they're facing or quarterback. I'm just saying as of playing well and getting wins, and the Eagles are 2-0. The Washington Redskins, Commanders are 2-0. And the Cowboys are 2-0. The Cowboys have played the best football in 2 weeks, have been more consistent in offensive play, the last couple weeks. Okay? And that's through 2 weeks. That's it. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't mean that the Eagles are worse. It doesn't mean that Washington is worse. It doesn't mean the Giants are worse. It doesn't mean any of that. I'm just saying within the last 2 weeks on consistent play, that's really all it is. You know what I mean? That's all it is. I would trade a pick to Barnett for Chandler Jones. He ended up getting. Did something happen with him today? He was all over the news today. Thanks. I don't even think Jets were going to make the playoffs even with Rodgers. I honestly don't know. I mean, the Jets are cursed. I live in New York, so I have a lot of friends that are Jet fans, but we'll see. Joe says September is Cowboys Super Bowl season. DB says, so now it's because of. Well, dude, I mean, look what you had over there. I mean, they offensively they couldn't do anything. Like Zach Wilson's not good, man. Zach Wilson is subpar from a lot of QBs. There's probably third string quarterbacks that are better than him in the league right now. He couldn't get a pass off. I mean, he didn't play good the Monday night. Even when Aaron Rodgers left that game, the first game, he didn't play well. He threw into double coverage. I mean, against the Cowboys, he played horrible. I mean, yeah, there's a difference between Aaron Rodgers and Zach Wilson playing. It's fucking night and day. I don't get it. What am I supposed to do? I mean, I already applauded the Cowboys enough that they played good the last 2 weeks, but now I got to say that they played a good quarterback. They didn't play a good quarterback, period. Simple as that. So, Eagles will beat the Jets. Charles, the Dallas Trumps were so happy Aaron got hurt. Oh, yeah, dude, I don't doubt it. Ron says, do you think we have something to Sidney Brown? Is it worth going after a safety if we think he's going to work out? I think we do have something in Sidney Brown, but obviously he needs opportunity. But I think the Eagles have interest in safety. I do. I think they have interest in trading for a safety. I think they have interest in going after a nickel corner right now that's on the market, or by trade, whatever, depending on. Banks said you get no extra wins for style. Well, that's what I'm saying. Because they win a certain way, it means they're the better team. There's no winning in style. I totally agree with that. It's a stupid statistic. It's a stupid statistic. Because the regular season means nothing. And obviously it means something right now to get into the playoffs, but that's just the difference right now. I'm not reading stupid comments because I already see them and I'm not reading them because look, the people love me and that's the reason why. People love me so fucking much and I love it every day. When you said Redskins remind me of Jamar Gibbs, I think it was big. I wish they changed that name back. Dallas plays garbage. Cardinals next. Crown them. Well, that's what happened last year. We had this easy schedule last year, and we got bitched at the whole season. Made it further. I don't know. I mean, the realism to last year when they faced the 49ers, their defense, the Cowboys defense played really well. Their offense couldn't get anything done. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. Torvo says Eagles have never lost to the Jets. Yeah, so that is true. The Eagles have never lost to the Jets in history. That's like the only team that's in the NFL that hasn't beat the Eagles in history, which is kind of nuts. Dank said all last year they say they didn't have play a QB yet. We're supposed to kiss the Cowboys' ass for playing Zach Wilson. I'm not. The only thing I can say about the Cowboys have played good in style. They've played good, but other than that, that's really it. I think they played good offensively the past couple weeks. I mean, obviously, I think, Dak had a lot more yards in this game, and then, he had 140-something yards. I mean, the Giants literally gave them the fucking game pretty much, and the Giants aren't good anyway. I had the Cowboys winning the first week anyway. And then when Aaron Rodgers got hurt, I had Dallas winning the second game, really, because I think Aaron Rodgers would have made a difference. I mean, I would think so, right? I think it's just hard to hear at this point. Joey, what I like about you is you're always honest. I respect that, bro. Yeah, dude, I don't sugarcoat anything. I don't sugarcoat anything on this channel, dude. When it comes to live stream, like at least like the videos, I can't like go crazy about stuff, or I can't curse that much. I can't, but when it comes to like, just being real in general, yeah, that's what you get. That's what you get when you're here. So what about your current schedule then? They would lose to the Jets if Rodgers was a star. I didn't say they would lose. I said they would have a better chance. I mean, when you have an offense that literally can't do nothing, when Zach Wilson can't even target anybody, it's a problem. I mean, you don't even have a quarterback that even target anybody. It's true, man. Just give it up, dude. Just give it up. It's the truth. It's the truth, bro. If any part of the Cowboys think they're winning any type of championship this year, it's not going to happen. 2 weeks into the season, bro. I mean, 2 weeks. I mean, anything could happen if this is week 10 and the Cowboys are undefeated, then hell yeah, I'll be like, the Cowboys are fantastically good and they've proven their worth. Let's see what they do in the playoffs. But until then, that's it. Buccaneers next. Tampa is horrible. Oh, here we go. Yeah, Tampa hasn't given up over 20 points in 2 games the past couple weeks. I think Baker Mayfield's playing really well too, and they have a good receiver core. I think their defense is playing. Their defense hasn't given up over 20 points at all last couple weeks. I don't know why people are trying to test me, because I'm going to give you the same answer every single time. People are trying to test me, but it's not going to happen, dude. Like, Bolio says, when you get off, look up the C. Jones thing. Wild. I heard it was something really bad with Chandler Jones. I heard it was something really bad, but I guess I guess we'll see. I was gonna look it up now, but I'll wait. I'll wait a little bit. See what happens. Oops. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. No, I'm good. Appreciate Super Chat, Bald Eagle, very much, man. Bang Bang says, dude, anybody... Oh, hold on. Let me bring this screen up. Okay. Dude, anybody in their right mind with no Rodgers would make a difference. Dallas fans want us to crown them right now. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I just like, why can't, like... I don't know why fans can't be realistic with their teams, at least, like, through 2 weeks. Like, I can respect the team for being 2-0, but, like... Are there fans out there that can at least say, like, hey, like, long season ahead, we see it. Let's see if at least if he said, hey, at least we can see if they can keep this up, I'd give him more respect. But it's like, like, I couldn't be like that because I look like an idiot at the end of the day. Who said they weren't good, DB? You don't need to talk about the Bucs, not the Cowboys. Can't tell me what to talk about, bro. You could just, I don't know. We'll see. We're gonna have a good week this week, hopefully. Hoping to God we do. He says Kenny Pickett is having issues and some fans wanted him. Star says, do you listen to Glimmers? Mommy's honest. Joey, what are your thoughts on Avonte Maddox and his injury? Do we move on from him or no? Your thoughts? I feel like we have to. Unfortunately, I feel like they really have to move on after this year. Or at least, I mean, they might. I mean, it's already, he had 2 injuries last year. He's got 2 injuries this year. He had remember, he had the toe injury. He had the toe injury, and then he's got the foot injury now. Or the torn pec now that he just had surgery on. He's a $10 million cap hit next year. Yes, I feel like they have to try to move on. I don't want to, though. I really don't want to, but, to get some draft capital, I guess. I don't know. He might be a trade chip next offseason. I don't know. I don't have trust. He's a liability, bro. I went into the offseason, was like, he might be a liability. Can't trust him staying healthy. And when he's 100% healthy, he's a fantastic player. So, we take it one game at a time. You're the only one talking schedule. TV says Cowboys 0-2, Dak 2 interceptions, Dak. The Jets and the moon landing was faked. I think you're on the wrong channel, dude. You're talking to the wrong guy that talked about that. So, Jose says, "Are the Eagles finally putting the Buddha bigger?" I mean, I'm kind of done. I like when there's shit that's coming out, like, and it's not even by third party. It's stupid. Like there was a stupid tweet today by somebody that looked like a reporter, but I don't think it was true. And people were clicking the crap out of it, saying the Eagles have been. I mean, NFL Rumors that has a crap ton of followers put that news out, put one bit of news out, but there's no source to it. It's annoying. Isaiah Rodgers will take Maddox's place next year. That's interesting. What's really interesting? It's interesting that Bradbury played so much nickel this past offseason. I feel like the Eagles knew what was going on. They were like, we got to do something if Avonte Maddox goes down. We need to start cross-training somebody in the offseason if Maddox does, get an injury. I feel like they did that shit on purpose because they knew he wasn't going to stay healthy this year. I'm not even kidding, dude. I'm not even kidding. Is it Baker Mayfield looks improved? No, he definitely looks really good. He looks really good. I didn't think he was going to do well, but he's actually doing pretty good. Lewis says, just came here. What do you think of the Siposs cut? Dude, I love it. I love the Siposs cut. It's great. They got the guy that they wanted in Braden Mann, so that's a really good signing for them. Like, I'm just glad that it's over with. We still have so many issues on special teams. Britton Covey, bye-bye. I'm sorry, but I'm done. I used to like this guy a lot, but now guy can't protect the football. The guy's not smart when he's running with the football in his hands. I'm done. I'm finished. I'm done. It's over. It's done. Yo, Titan Anderson, what's going on, guys? This is one of my good buddies here, Titan Anderson Sports. He is a Titans fan. Say thank you for A.J. Brown. Just say it to him because I know he misses A.J. Brown a lot. It is what it is, but say hi to my boy here. He's a good guy. You want to check his channel out, go subscribe to him if you guys haven't. But appreciate you coming in, Titan. Appreciate you coming in so much, dude. They says Maddox missed the first 2 weeks of camp because he was still hurt. Yeah, that was a problem. Edro does not say, I really wouldn't mind seeing how he trades some picks for quality players. Yeah, dude, I mean, we'll see what happens, like I feel like the Eagles are still looking for players. Like they really are. I think they're looking for a safety. I think they're looking for a nickel corner. I mean, when Nick said we're going to promote from within at nickel corner or promote in-house at cornerback, the only thing I can think of is Bradbury going inside. But this can't be a smokescreen, right? It has to be a smokescreen. It just has to. Like, why would you tell the media what you're doing, that they're promoting from within? Then he talked about, Howie Roseman always puts great depth on this roster. He said that right at the end of the whole statement. So, bro. He said, if Hurts still looks lost and indecisive next game, it's time to panic. Junior says, I love you. Love you too. Pause. Buddha Baker rumors have annoyed me. I know. Trust me. Trust me. That's why I like every rumor. Like I'll put out a rumor just, I don't know, just to put some stuff out, and talk about it if it's legit, if it's legit. But Amar says Job in the slot when Bradbury comes back. I don't think he could play in the slot. That's the problem. He ain't the only nickel corner you have is Mario Goodrich. Job can't play there. That's the that's the problem. Losing Chauncey Gardner-Johnson was probably the bigger move over Hargrave. As much as I think that losing, Hart in the beginning, obviously right from the start when we weren't paying Hargrave, this is before the draft. Like I thought that was a big loss. 11 sacks, it's hard to replace. But now I'm perfectly fine with this defensive line and Carter and Davis, what they've been doing. But yeah, it's they have no, Zach McPherson was supposed to be the backup nickel this year. Now that's not happening anymore. Sucks. I put Rick's in the chat. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, the problem is, can you get someone if someone has not played nickel, can you get them up to speed and can they play that position within a week or a little bit over a week or of a week? Can you do it? I don't know. Clark, what's up, dude? He says, hey, Joey, I'll be at the Bucs game. I'll enjoy it, man. Hopefully it's not too hot. Bro, by the way, when I was watching the Jags game, when I was watching the Jaguars game, those pool seats, like those, the pool at Jaguar Stadium, like there's an actual pool, like behind the barracks to the stadium. Like literally you can watch the game from a pool. Those are like $250. I don't know. I was kind of like looking up. I was actually looking it up. I was like, $250, all you can eat, all you can drink. That's actually pretty damn good. $250. Not bad. I don't know. Random, but I looked that up the other day because I was watching the Jags. I was like, I wonder how much that actually is. And they said, this is what I mean. They just show up and say stupid shit. I get it. Dude. But at the end of the day, they love me. That's the whole thing. They love me, and they're not even pissing me off. But the thing is, like, I'm very realistic with my team, and other people are not. Like most of you guys that are in the chat are very realistic. You know what I mean? That says, glad we switched to kicker. I'm over the Covey experiment. Been over it since last year, and the Covey fumble Thursday was the final nail in the coffin. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. I mean, there's no kick returns anymore. I mean, we're not even getting kick returns now. So, I mean, that's pretty much over with, That's been over with. Chris says, on the radio today, McNabb implied Hurts might still have shoulder pain. From last year? Really? No, does he really know, though? I mean, why would Hurts even tell? Why would he even say it on radio? I mean, if Hurts would tell him that, I mean, I don't know about that. I don't know. The problem is, I don't care if he has shoulder pain. Like, shoulder pain is not going to make him miss a wide open guy, that he can't see. So it's not his shoulder, obviously. So it's a little bit more than that. So Big D said the Eagles really need to start valuing linebackers. Yeah, dude. Like, this is what happens when you put no money into a position. They went into this offseason. They said, oh, we got Nakobe Dean. We'll be fine. I think Zach by the way, I thought the linebackers played pretty damn solid on Thursday night. I thought they played pretty good. Zach Cunningham might be a fantastic signing for us. Might be a pretty good one. Joshua Simmer says, Chauncey Gardner is probably out for the season now. Yeah, I heard the torn pec. DB says, have a good evening. You too, DB. Have a good night. Aiden says, if you could pick one, who would you rather have, Buddha or Chin? Chin. Because Chin can play multiple positions. I think the Eagles really need that hybrid type guy because we don't have that right now. If Chauncey was at safety right now and we had an injury with Maddox, he would move right into that position. And then you would use Sidney Brown or you would use, you know what I mean? I don't think Justin Evans has really played that bad. This is like the first season where Justin Evans has been healthy. He was a second round pick in 2017. He's been hurt every year of his career. Justin Evans, like, there's some assignments. This is what happens. You don't play enough in the offseason. There was some, dropped assignments, peel off and getting some help to these cornerbacks. I think there was a lot of issues there. I think Justin Evans wasn't perfect at some of the tackling, getting through traffic as well. But I think overall, Justin Evans hasn't played that bad. It's actually been okay. I don't think he's played that horrible. Logan, what's going on, dude? I hope you're having a good day, my friend. 217 in the chat. Like the stream if you guys haven't. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't for more Eagles news. Thank you so much. We'll have more videos out. We have videos scheduled tomorrow, so definitely look out for that. Apparently, he torn his pec, from what I heard from the chat. I didn't watch the game tonight, so I have no idea. As John says, we look horrible, in my opinion. Wins are wins, but can we win a Super Bowl like this? I mean, as like what our team looks right now, I mean, look, it's only work. Dude, everybody has to take a deep breath. We are going into the 3rd week of the season, bro. Like, we got to, like, relax here. You know, like, if it's week 6, week 7, I'm giving this, like, a few more weeks with this offense. If I feel like by, like, week 6, week 5, I don't know, I'll give it time. You know, it's going to take time. So what happens when you don't play see, when you play in joint practices, your running play is great, looks awesome, but you don't really have the play calling aspect of it. You don't have, like, sideline to sideline game type experience action that you get in a real game in this preseason games. They have to change their offseason program like crazy this year. We know they have to do that. You know, they got to do it. Thanks. The Super Bowls are not won in September. That is true. Astero Design says week 2. That's what I'm saying, dude. It's too early. But because of how you win in style, it means that you're the most dominant team. It's just the dumbest shit I have ever seen in my life. I don't get it. The Eagles have fought these past couple weeks. These 2 games for the Eagles were not comfortable. We didn't sit back and were comfortable the whole entire time. Totally true, man. When will we start playing Nolan Smith more? Have him and Reddick rush from the same side to create insane pressure and have Sweaty, Jay, and Carter finish up on the other side. I mean, look, like I said, Hassan Reddick didn't get sacks beginning of last year. You understand? Like, Reddick didn't really do anything at the beginning of last year. He was in a lot of pass coverage last year. Like, he really just, like I said, we're going into week 3 now. Give it, you know what I mean? I don't know if the thumb is still bothering him or whatever is going on, but yeah, Nolan Smith needs more snaps. 14 snaps in 2 weeks is just ridiculous, dude. It's ridiculous. 14 snaps in 2 weeks. I mean, come on now, dude. It's ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. If you're not, and he was listed as a linebacker the past couple weeks on the snap sheet as a linebacker. If you're not going to use him there, put him as an edge rusher, man. He's a 1st-round pick. You cannot sit him. You can't sit him like that. That's career suicide, bro, as a 1st-round pick. You don't want to do that. Dank says, we're not talking Super Bowl right now. A Stacks 430 says, thank you for keeping us updated with the Eagles news. I very much appreciate it. Dude, I appreciate. Hey, look, without you guys are the MVP of this channel, because this wouldn't happen. You know, that channel wouldn't be what it is today if it wasn't for you guys. You know what I mean? It's because of you guys. It's not me. Yeah, I brought up the content, but at the end of the day, you guys decide if you watch or not. You know, when you guys just click on a video and watch it for 10 seconds, it helps me out tremendously. So I do appreciate that, you know? I do appreciate everybody that's been watching and commenting. I know I try to answer as many comments as I can, but I have a 9-to-5 job. You know, I have another job that I do work. You know, I'm busy throughout the week. You know, I don't sit on my computer all day and look at and try to, you know what I mean? I can't look at, you know, it's hard for me to look at everything in one day. But you know, I do as much as I can. You know, I wish I can cover the Sixers, or I'm probably better off not doing that, but I wish I can cover another team if I had the time, but Joe says, everyone needs to chill. Good grief. Clark says, we lost both coordinators. Brian Johnson has never called plays. I thought he did at Florida, but I could be. What, didn't he call plays at Florida? Wasn't he an OC at Florida? I mean, he hasn't played called in the NFL. No. That's why I feel like, because you have to play these guys in preseason, because in joint practices, you can't hit the quarterback. You got to run past, you know, slow. When you get close to a quarterback, you can't go at 100%. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many things that are limited in joint practices that that value is so high over. But I think now, like, Nick is definitely changing the offseason program. God knows if Brian Johnson will be the offensive coordinator next year. I don't know. Things might change. I have no idea, you know, so we'll see. Dank says, I think the team didn't think about the coordinators when it came to getting starters out. Justice says, oh, well, yeah, I'm probably, I probably don't doubt it. Travis says, Jags fans were going crazy on their OC after losing to the Chiefs. They could have won. They probably could have won that game, man. Probably could have won that game. Maybe. They could have won that game, dude. They had like 4 wide receivers. They had 4, I think they had 3 or 4 potential touchdowns that were just late throws into the end zone that were wide open. Not even that, but they caught some balls in the end zone, but they couldn't get both their feet in. How many times they couldn't get both feet in? There was at least 3 times where receivers couldn't toe drag on the back of the end zone. I mean, some receivers just can't do it, man. And it happened multiple times in that game, which was, it was just insane, man. Carl said, what up, Joey? Just got off work. What did I miss? Well, you didn't really miss. Well, you missed a good amount, but I mean, the Eagles are going into week 3 against the Buccaneers now, and we're gonna see how better this offense is gonna be this week. This defense, guys, what they're doing at nickel corner with Avonte Maggs being out. The Eagles got a new putter. I just ran out of breath talking all that, but Bagby says, bro, I watch your videos every day, but I don't comment because I don't want to deal with the idiots. I get it. It doesn't matter. You don't have nobody has to comment on anything. Nobody's commenting. James says Browns lead 22-19. Lawrence didn't look great either. Thanks says my fantasy team got killed. I can't play fantasy because I'm too biased. I can't do it. I couldn't do fantasy at all, period. It just cannot happen, bro. It can't happen. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, we got a big week this week, Monday Night Football. Well, all we got to do really is we have to stack these wins, because I'm telling you, we're going to look down the road of the season and be like, man, thank God when we were not playing great, we got some wins, that could have been losses at times. We have to stack these wins now because the second half of this schedule is going to get a lot harder. It's going to get a lot harder in the second half of the season, no doubt. So, it's a good thing. It's a good thing you stack these wins now. Get it going, Thanks to Lawrence got me 9 points. Jacobs had -2 yards rushing. -2? Damn, that sucks. Tova said the Hallmark Channel might be more entertaining than the Giants 49ers game this coming Thursday. Yeah, and Barkley's out. Barkley's out with a ankle sprain, so he's going to be out for like 3 to 4 weeks. He's going to be out 4 weeks. He's going to miss 5 games. Or he'll miss a few games. He'll miss a few weeks, but I don't know. No Barkley in your offense. I mean, Matt Breida's good. I mean, he's all right. He's been a starting running back before. He's not Saquon Barkley, but he's a different type of, he's a north and south, jump cut type runner that is a little elusive at times. Like Breida's not too bad, but it's not the same though, no doubt. Let's see. Kratos Call of Duty says Slay has to shadow Evans. He wants to get paid. Slay? Let me tell you something. Within 2 years, Slay's on contract throughout the 24 season, and then he's a free agent. I don't see the Eagles bringing back Slay. I feel like by that time, the Eagles need to go heavy into the DB room. They need to go heavy into linebacker. I mean, they got to give it a shot at linebacker. I'm not saying you got to draft a first-round pick linebacker, but they got to do something. I know they don't like drafting linebackers high, but I get it. But I don't know, because of Eli Ricks needs a shot, man. Like, he needs a shot, because Eli Ricks, what he did this offseason in preseason games, not joint practice, we'll see. We'll see. Oh, you're talking about, oh, yeah. No. Yeah. You're talking about Evan. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Evans is probably not going to be a Tampa Bay Buck after this season. He might get traded before the trade deadline. The Giants should probably make that. Of course, they're bringing in coaching help for EJ. Should be happening. Remember when Gannon needed help? Yeah, I mean, that was kind of, I don't know who else is part of this offensive staff that, to help with the offense out or something. I don't know, dude, because it's not where I want. This offense is not where I want it right now. It's getting Jalen Hurts into a rhythm, which I think Brian Johnson is struggling with right now, getting him into that rhythm and getting him comfortable with a certain amount of combination plays. I think the route concepts for the wide receivers are not great. I don't think they work middle of the field at all, especially during that Vikings game. They were dropping 8 guys back into coverage, and behind the linebackers was wide open. I understand Quez. I think there was a picture I seen that Quez was wide open on a route and didn't even see it, and Hurts is missing guys, Brian Johnson and two new coordinators, and you barely played this offseason. You had way too much time off, not enough. Preseason games are completely different than joint practices in a positive way. You know what I mean? And they didn't play much, and they look sluggish. I felt like Brian Johnson was going to be perfectly fine. He had a lot of time with Shane Steichen right next to him last year, so I didn't feel like I felt like he was fine. But I guess I was wrong. I guess I was wrong. What else is nobody talking about Sweat, who is a star? Oh, he was great. He's the best. I mean, he's our best defensive end right now that's playing really well. He's playing better than any defensive end we have right now. But like I said, we're going into week 3. It's still early season. Like, Reddick's going to get his. Nolan Smith really needs to friggin' play. He better not go through another game where he's just playing special teams. This man needs to do a lot more. He needs to do a lot more. Baldios and Bradbury's going on Evans. Slay will be on Godwin. Yeah, probably. That's probably how it's going to go. I mean, we need Bradbury back this week. So the problem I'm having is if Nick Sirianni is going in-house with the nickel spot, you're not moving Bradbury to the inside this week. If that's what they want to do, then fine. But do you want to put Job on guy? I don't know. We'll see. You had Job on a rookie against the Vikings with Addison. You had him on a rookie, and he played pretty well. He played very good, actually. But how much trust do we have him on one of those receivers? I don't know. I can't believe. Why would Nick tell the media, "Oh, we're gonna be going from in-house at nickel corner"? Like, seriously, why would you tell anybody that? I think there's a lot of smoke screens going on. I think Howie is trying to look for somebody right now. So we'll see. I don't see a problem with our offense. If we can continue to maintain top, especially with our running game, everything else will fall into place. Yeah. I mean, I think they might have to change it up this year. Maybe they have to, get Hurts comfortable, running the football and then kind of getting the pass involved. We shouldn't be doing that because we have monster receivers. We shouldn't be running more than passing. We shouldn't be. That's what I don't. I feel like they really need to get the passing game going. They really need to get the pass game going before the run game. But understandably, I know the run game looks a lot better right now, but that's not how this offense is ran, bro. It's not. You got way too many weapons to look. The playbook doesn't look like there's no creativity with this offense. It's either like a 3-yard pass to a wide receiver, a dump off pass, a screen pass, a tight end screen, a QB design run. Like, that's all I've really been seeing the past couple weeks. I thought there were times where in the second half, even last game, they started to get the offense rolling a little bit, and then they fell back down. Then they got it didn't last long, Our defense will own Baker. Red Who says, you probably should have took George Pickens. He was available late. Why? Tover said, our coaching staff doesn't trust rookie secondary players very much, so I doubt Ricks gets a chance. No, Ricks is most likely not. As much as I want him to, I mean, Ricks, what cornerback does this in preseason games against starters? Ricks against the Colts, man, against Michael Pittman, and, my God, I just had his name, and I just lost it. Just flew out from under me. The two starting receivers for the Colts, Michael Pittman and friggin' holy crap, just lost his name. He played fantastic, though. There was some people laughing at Chauncey Gardner injury are so weird. I don't get that, dude. That's dumb. I enjoy seeing the young guys get a shot. I don't know, man. I don't know if he could play inside. That's the problem I'm having right now. I don't think Ricks could play inside. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, who's played at nickel? McPherson's out. Scott's not here anymore. Josiah Scott's not here anymore. And you have Mario Goodrich that I didn't think really played too well. I thought he had some good plays a couple times, here and there. I don't think he played too well. I don't think he played well. That's just me. Ryan says, yeah, Bradbury is bigger and longer, so he'll cover Evans and Slay will cover Godwin. Yeah, we'll see. Ryan says, yeah, stop with the damn bubble screens. They aren't doing. No, I think it's the biggest. Alec Pierce. Thank you so much, by the way, Dank. Yeah, Alec Pierce. Alec Pierce and Michael. His name was on the tip of my tongue, and I totally forgot. Yeah, stop with the damn bubble screens. They're gonna stop. They aren't gonna do anything. No, the screens are such a big cop out play. I have no issue with doing screens, but that's like been the main focal point of their offense. Screen, like a tight end screen, like they were reading it. They were just reading it nonstop. Like I don't think one was even successful, to be honest. Matt says Brian Johnson didn't call plays for the Gators, so this is the first time. Okay, I thought he was an OC for Florida, but maybe he was a quarterback coach, because I think all he has been as a quarterback coach. But maybe I thought he was an OC for Florida. I could have been wrong. Ringo and Ricks. The Ringo Ricks train. Trevor said, I think we need to hit them with the wide receiver screen. They'll never see it. Gustavo says, prayers to Chubb, a lot of injuries this year. Yeah, that sucks, dude. That sucks. Thanks. So where's the running back screens? Yeah, I mean, I would rather have a screen with Swift, or like you're using a tight end like Dallas Goedert. Like, what is he going to do? By the time he gets the ball, he's already getting tackled. It's just crazy. Jeremy Ladd says, matriculate the ball downfield. Here's Rose. Do you think a slot corner comes in from the street? I mean, Bradley Roby's available. Chris Harris Jr. is available. Bradley Roby, I know I saw the news today. He's visiting the 49ers. Bradley Roby's a nice moving piece. You could trade for Jeremy Chin. That would be my number one thing to do, but they're probably not going to do it. I don't know. I mean, you'd have to look for a trade. Chris Harris Jr. is a little bit older, but, with a good defense around him, he could probably play pretty good. So Chris Harris Jr. is a free agent right now. Like, those are the only two guys. Bradley Roby and Chris Harris are like the two guys, like, I think maybe can handle it, I don't know. But we'll see. We will see. What's up with my phone? Sorry, I got the stream on my phone too, so I don't miss anything. Matt says was an OC, but from what I understand, he didn't call the plays really. All right, well that's what I thought. I thought I seen that he was an OC, but maybe I was wrong. Maybe he didn't have full. Maybe he had a full advantage of play calling. Maybe. Thanks says he did this. He did his last year there. Trevor says just like how Swift proved the coaches had it wrong by having him on the bench. It was the same thing when Sidney Brown got his chance. He should be starting. Yeah, I know. Trust me. And they the first game, like, I don't get how you only give, like, they're running the hot hand. Like, I know this is week. He said that after the week 2 win. We're going to be going with the hot hand. No, you're not. No, you're not going with the hot hand of which running back fits better. Dude, your best running back is DeAndre Swift. Stop. You better be smoke screening all this talk at this press conference, which I would expect you to do, that you wouldn't give anything up to tell the media what we're doing offensively, what we're doing defensively at nickel. I wouldn't think you'd give up all that news, so I hope not. I hope that's not the case. Rollins says, do you think we should have paid Chauncey? Yeah, I mean, probably, yeah. Now, probably, yeah. Before the draft, Hargrave was a big loss. Now it's not a big loss. I feel like you got a great defensive line now. I feel like Carter and Davis are great up the middle. You put 2 first-round picks into 2 defensive tackles the past couple years, which is great. But because now you're getting injuries to, when Avonte Maddox was hurt last year, Chauncey played in the nickel spot. Chauncey's original position was nickel. It was cornerback. So he could play that position easily. You could move him down and then give someone else a chance at safety, which Sidney Brown would have filled in perfectly there, or, Justin Evans, or, whatever, whoever they want to use. Now you don't have that moving piece. You don't have that hybrid safety / corner / you don't have that piece. So now the Eagles have to look for a nickel corner now. And Mario Goodrich is not going to cut it. He's not going to cut it. And I don't know if they're going to move Bradbury to the inside this week. That's, Joe played good the first week. He played against a rookie, but playing against a rookie to playing against, a guy like, Evans or Godwin, it's a big task. So I don't know what they're doing, but I feel like this is all a smokescreen that they might be trying to sign somebody. I don't see why they would tell. You're not telling the media what you're doing at nickel corner. Oh, we're going to promote from within, in-house. Like, Why would you give that information out? I think it's a bunch of bullshit. I think it's bullshit. Tristan, are we badly need Dallas G to get involved? He's so good. Yeah, I mean, last year with Steichen, Dallas Goedert would have had 1,000 yards last year, no doubt. No doubt. You know what I mean? Beside that injury, because, Dallas Goedert misses these games. Now Dallas Goedert has been healthy, so far, and he hasn't done much of anything. You have Goddard, you have Stahl, you have Calcaterra, and you have that Albert O that you traded for. Albert O, I'm actually really excited for, because I think Albert O, I think Albert O is going to beat out. They're not going to keep 4 tight ends every single year. It's not going to happen. So Albert O, I feel like, will beat out Calcaterra at a certain point, whether it's next year or something when they actually keep 3 tight ends. I think Albert O could be the next backup tight end. Jack Stahl has a lot of value because he can catch, he can get separation. He's a big body tight end. He's got reliable hands. But Jack Stahl is very, very good with his blocking. He's great. And Albert O is very good at blocking as well, and contested catching, and it's good. It was a good trade, So I think that's what's going to look like going down the line with the tight ends. But Dallas Goedert definitely needs to be involved. Thanks. I think Chris Harris would be a great pickup, same way CJ was. Yeah, I think so too. I think Chris Harris could definitely. Chris Harris will have a good defense around him, so I don't see why this would be bad. I think Chris Harris would be great. Elmer, so we need to start running a 2 running back set with Hurts. Would be insanely deadly and open up the pass much more. Yeah, I think I actually really like that. I see a lot of more offenses are doing that, because the Patriots did that, and I think it confused the crap out of us at times. I mean, really running up the middle on us, I think we've been pretty good there. Running around us, I think that's where our weakness has been. But I think up the middle, we've been pretty good defending that with the run game. But I would love for them to do something different like that, but unfortunately, it's just a problem. I don't think we have to do that, because I just don't think they're using the right running backs on certain plays. I think the play calling is horrendous at times, and I don't think they use these running backs enough. Swift just got 175 yards on 28 carries, and I'm telling you right now, they better not use Gainwell, better not have more carries than DeAndre Swift next week, because it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a big problem. If they're come on, this coaching staff is that stupid. When they traded for Swift, okay, you don't think they knew what Swift? I mean, seriously, let's be honest here. Gainwell is a nice rotational guy. You're not. Gainwell is not doing. If Gainwell had 28 carries, he's not getting 175. I don't care what you say. Okay, I don't care what you say. That is not happening. It's not. Tarek said, do you think Eagles dare start Gainwell again? That's I'm hoping not, dude. I'm hoping not. Look, if they even if they start him on a run, I won't care, but I better see a lot. Okay, if you're not going to use Quez Watkins has a right hamstring. Okay, he has a right hamstring. They didn't even target Zacchaeus as he was even in the game. And Zacchaeus had his best career season last year with the horrible Falcons offense. He had over 500 yards. Crypto Knight 19, thank you for subscribing to the channel, man. He had over 500. Zacchaeus had over 500 yards last year, 2 touchdowns. Okay, and they didn't target him. They're not getting the tight ends involved. They're not getting the wide receiver 3s involved. I don't care. As long as Smitty's having a big day or A.J. Brown or both is having a good day, I don't care. But you got to get one of these other positions involved. So instead of QB run design or screen passes or 3-yard passes to receivers that do absolutely nothing, Philly D said, definitely want Swift as the main guy, but 28 carries. Well, dude, no. It was only 28 carries because Boston Scott Gainwell was out for the game with rib injury. Boston Scott got a concussion. So, I mean, they could have split the reps a little bit more with Rashad Penny. I understand why they did. I get it. They could have done that, but it's fine. Swift didn't play the first game. So, I think it worked out perfectly. It's not like Swift had 20 carries the first game of the season against the Patriots. He had 1 rushing attempt. So to have him run heavy in the second game wasn't a horrible idea. Who cares? If he had like a good, if he had 20 carries or 18 carries in the first game, I'd say, okay, they need, that was way too much on him. We got to keep him healthy through the rest of the year. I don't think it was a big deal, to be honest. He did nothing the first game. He didn't have a carry. He had one attempt. One. That's it. I don't even know how many yards that even went for. Probably not much. Tucker says, I watched the Miami game. Their movement and speed scares. Yeah, dude, they got a lot of speed, man. The Miami game's gonna be tough. That's when we're wearing Kelly Green that night. It's gonna be tough, that game. Tyreek Hill, dude, it's gonna be tough. All the Waddle and so many weapons, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like they gotta start getting this offense right the next few weeks. I'm telling you. He was the freaking better not straight Gainwell, but who am I to say? Yeah, I get it. Willie, what's going on, man? It says, Joey, how you feeling about the Tampa? I mean, I feel good about it. You know what I mean? I don't know what they're doing at nickel spot this week. At the nickel spot, I feel like you got a tough offense to get. The defense didn't give up. They haven't given up over 20 points the last 2 games. I think Baker Mayfield's playing really good. I didn't think he was going to play well, but he's playing really good. It's gonna be tough. It's only going to be tough if the Eagles make it tough for themselves. Like and then this coaching is god awful, I hope it's not, but they play a better game. It's a winnable game. I think any game's a winnable game, but they just got to play up to par. There's no excuse for it. Jeremy says Penny sucks, so they couldn't split carries. No, I mean, I don't think it's because of that. Well, they don't think he sucks. I think the hot hand Swift was just running out of his mind. Swift was getting done with a run. And he was like flexing. I loved it. Like Swift was just like, I'm not tired. Keep feeding me. Keep feeding me. I love that. I love that shit. So great. I enjoyed that so much. Matt says, is it possible Hurts is dealing with an injury and it's being hidden? Let me tell you something. If Hurts is missing wide open receivers, it's not because of an injury. Like that's what people need to stop with that. Like, who knows? I don't know. Maybe he got hit the past couple weeks. Who knows? Darosek says, do you think our offense will be closer to 22 or 21? I mean, right now it's looking like 21. I think they could definitely get to 22. I think the thing is, every year is always different, okay? Every year is always different. You went into the season with 2 different coordinators. Did I think Brian Johnson would be this bad within his first couple games? Probably not. But I think we're getting better teams find a way to win, okay? You can't be like, oh, they're not going to be like last year. They probably won't look like last year, but it doesn't mean they can't look different and better than last year or as good. It's just you're dealing with a new coordinator. They're not explosive out of the gate right now. The play calling is horrendous at times. Totally get it, Totally get it. It's not impossible to I don't want to. You can't mimic a season. You just can't mimic a season that you had. You just can't do it, Red Who says, yeah, Penny don't look better than I would. Dude, Penny only had 3 carries, bro. I wouldn't go crazy and say Penny's trash. I wouldn't, Rollins says, Joe, you know anything about Travis Hunter, cornerback wide receiver out of Colorado? Dude's supposed to be the next Deion Sanders. Yeah, we'll see. I know he got hurt. He's going to be out a few weeks, right? I haven't really – I've been watching Colorado. I've been watching those games. They've been the most exciting, obviously, because they're a big underdog team. And Deion Sanders has really turned that program around so far. I mean, they're already at 3-0 right now. So I don't know much about him at all. I'm just being honest. I don't. So Simon says, I hope our new punter does good. Yeah, Braden Main, man. They made the move, dude, so I'm happy. At least they made a move. We'll see how he does. James says, I think Eagles could beat the Chiefs if they can get it together. Yeah, they can't beat the Chiefs right now. And the Chiefs don't even look at the Chiefs right now. The Chiefs don't even look great past couple weeks. They don't look that, they're winning. They lost their first game. They won their second game, but they don't look fantastic right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Chiefs don't look, I think Pacheco is just, Jesus, that guy is one of the most physical runners I've seen for his size. Like, Pacheco is, he runs the ball like so physical. I like his style. And they got McKinnon, they got Elser, they got a bunch of those guys, good running backs. But yeah, I mean, Chiefs don't look. I thought the Jags could have scored 3 or 4 more touchdowns. These receivers don't know how to toe drag in the end zone, dude. That was literally 4. I mean, some of these balls were thrown late as well. I think the Jags could have won that game. Just receivers can't toe drag. They don't even know how to do that. And I think, like I said, I think the timing was bad too. Penny is a waste of a roster spot. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, last week it probably wouldn't have been because, Boston Scott had a concussion. Gainwell was out. So, I mean, I didn't think they were going to keep 4 running backs this year. I mean, yes, I thought they were going to keep 4 from how it looked. Yes. Would I keep 4 if it was my roster? Probably not, Jeremy says he's not trash, but clearly not ready to play. Dude, like I said, he was only in 3 plays. 3. That's it. Yeah, their offense, like I said, James, they're all the KC's offense hasn't looked perfect. I mean, Travis Kelce didn't even look great. He had a touchdown, but he was out the first game with a knee injury, so he didn't even look great either. Guys coming back. Chris Jones, first game back, after holding out and got the 1-year deal. They lost their offensive coordinator. Thanks, says Penny needs to be the goal. That's what I wanted. I think the perfect time for Rashad Penny is I definitely agree with that. Should be a short yardage back. These QB sneaks, these tush push QB sneaks are working so well. I see so many teams doing it now. Like so many teams some teams do it and it looks awkward because it doesn't look fluid. Like the Eagles are just like one brick wall, like one stone wall, pushing people. The Patriots. I saw Jordan Love. Not Jordan Love. What's his name? I saw a few teams try to do it, and some of them looked really bad. Some teams try to do it. I think it was Love, and I think the Green Bay Packers tried to do it, and he he couldn't go off his own cadence. He was the only one that went off sides. It was pretty embarrassing. Said Red, who says Penny, Covey, Barnett can go. Yeah, I'd probably agree. I don't care much for Barnett. I think Barnett's a waste. I mean, I think Barnett's kind of a waste right now, but that's just me. Do you see what the Patriots did last night? I didn't watch the game. No, I saw some clips, though. Crypto Knight says Patriots did it last night. Yeah. Patriots did it. The Patriots did it. I know Temple did it. Temple did it the other day, and they're playing at Lincoln Financial Field this weekend. Temple did it in the end zone for a touchdown. So I said Boston Scott is my third back. He looked sharp ever since college. Brian Johnson loves small backs. Look it up. Oh, I thought Boston Scott played really well. I like that little tangent between Swift and Boston Scott. I think it really worked out nice. I think it worked out great, to be honest. I really liked it. I mean, on that one drive, they had I think it was like 12 carries on one drive. I mean, the run game was working so well. So well. Who needs a backup QB? We seem to forget about that. Yeah. I guess Marcus Mariota is probably a waste of a roster spot. Tanner McKee. Trevor says that this offense will and did get back to it bread and butter, the run game. It will open up everything. Yeah, I think that's the way they got to go this year. I think that run game has got to be like the main thing this year. No joke. Ron said the way Swift looked at the goal line, though, when he juked Harrison out of his shoes, man, that was great. He's so talented. Dude, like, Kenneth Gainwell isn't doing that. Some of these guys aren't going to do that. It's not going to happen. Like that play you're talking about, the way he jump cuts and can maintain his speed is just amazing. He's just got that toughness, physical ability, and that, but like, oh my God, it was great. I mean, just Harrison Smith was frozen, bro. Just frozen in space. It was great, man. Says Aaron Siposs is gone. I know. We should throw a damn party. Willie says Joey, the Jets did they try to do that too? Did they get it or no? I was going back and forth from the Cowboys game to the Giants Cardinals game, so I was actually switching back and forth. Thanks on the field goal attempt. The Patriots had a guy way off the line and had him sneak in the last second. He blocked a kick. Oh, damn. Thanks that he snuck up a few yards and ran full speed on the snap. Damn. Damn. Crazy, dude. Crazy. But hey, we're about an hour and 20 minutes, and it's going to be, I'm going to have to get off. It's going to have to be usually we do an hour and a half. Usually we do over like 2-hour streams. But but other than that, guys, I mean, we talked a good amount today. We went over, obviously, our next opponent, talked about the NFC East a little bit, what's been going on this weekend. We're getting into it, man. So if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, like up this stream. I do appreciate it so much. So most likely we'll have a stream on Friday. We'll have a stream on Friday to talk about, obviously, going into the weekend of the games. We'll talk about the Buccaneers more on Friday. We'll have a shakedown. We'll have a stream on Sunday night, and then we'll have a stream. Obviously, we'll stream the game on Monday, play-by-play reaction, and we'll do a post-game on Monday. So we'll have it. So next time we'll have a stream is Friday. That'll be the next time we stream this week, and then we'll have videos out all week. Hopefully the Eagles make a move for a nickel, because I don't believe Mara Goodrich is a starting nickel. I really don't. You better game plan really good this week, and you better get these tight ends involved. You better get these wide receiver 3s involved, and you better get Swift involved on Monday. So we will be back. Guys, look out for a video tomorrow, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Enjoy the rest of your night, and I will see you. Love all you guys. Appreciate you guys joining up. And all right. Peace out, guys. Peace.